Hey guys, how's it going? So today's reading is really fun. We are looking at what makes the opposite sex go crazy, what they think is mouth-watering and scrumptious and delicious about you. And so this will be like whatever comes through your physical features, your personality, your soul, your spirit, just your vibe. Okay, so we're gonna see what comes through, what they find super attractive, super hot, super spicy about you. And I'm already feeling hot, so this is gonna be exciting what comes through. We have 4 groups to choose from. And this is not a gender specific reading. So, the queen, king, you can apply it whatever way. So just look at the imagery or feel out which one you're drawn to. So the first group we have is Queen of Mains. Second group, Queen of Sides. Third, Queen of Sweets. And fourth, Queen of Drinks. And so I'm drawn to show you the image close up. So this is group 1. And then we have group 2, the Queen of Sides. Okay. Group 3 is the Queen of Sweets. And group 4 is the Queen of Drinks. So if you need to pause this to kind of just really feel out which one is calling to you, go for it. And we're going to find what is scrumptious about you coming up. Welcome back, group 1. So we're asking Spirit, what makes you scrumptious, delicious, mouth-watering to others, right? So you guys chose the Queen of Mains. And the first thing I see, this is a very physical card. I feel like they really like your curves, okay? And they see you as the main course, like on Thanksgiving dinner. I get an image of a layout of a really delicious feast, and like you are the star of the layout, right? You're the turkey with the apple. Like I also see temptation, so you're very physically attractive. There's something about you that's very bright and radiant that people are really easily drawn to. And like with this melting, it's like I feel like with the winding roads and the mountains, like those who are really attracted to you, which is a lot of people are drawn to your energy, they don't mind if they have to go through like winding roads or like uphill, like they won't give up easy on you. Like, and I feel like it's almost like hard to get, like you're not easy to get, you know what I mean? And that's very attractive to others, okay? It's like they will go the journey, like they will fly from like Norway to wherever, like the US, whatever flight. I don't know why they came through. That might be significant for someone, but they will take that long journey to have you, okay? Because there's something about you that really, like to me, the what I'm hearing is like, you know how inside when you're like attracted to someone, you feel something in your sacral chakra, especially like when you're really like turned on by someone, like that's the way you make certain people feel, okay? The ones that are attracted to you in that way. So very nice. So let's see what else comes through for group 1. I got kind of naughty real quick. Okay, so group 1 Spirit, what is mouth-watering about them? I also see like this crown here, okay? You're not a sidekick. You are a leader. You're the one who takes charge. And you know that, like, you wear the crown, and that is super attractive, that confidence that you have, okay? So the bagged one and the fallen, oh my God, look, the apple, you guys, and temptation. That's exactly what I was thinking, okay? So for some of you, you are the temptation, okay? So this sounds bad, but maybe like sometimes people are in a relationship or like they think that you're out of their league or something where you're forbidden in some way. Like you're the forbidden fruit, okay? And I almost feel like for some of you, it's like you attract opposites as well. That's why you may seem so forbidden. Like maybe like in some ways you're so good, and then you attract like somebody who's like, oh wait, no, like this person will never fall for me. Or the opposite way, right? Like maybe you have a really super naughty side, and somebody who is probably like more straight-laced would be super attracted to you, okay? But this to me is also like physical beauty, very sexy is what's coming through. You know, like nice lips too. That's really strongly coming through. And there is this rebellious side about you with this clouds and this thunder. I feel like this could be a little bit of your anger sometimes, or just like your impulsiveness. But then there's also these clear skies. So there's this multifaceted nature about you that is really exciting to others, okay? It's like they want to be under your spell. And it's like the snake and this image of a girl reading a book, which to me is like almost like a goody two shoes that's coming through, not in a bad way, okay, but like a good vibe here, and this like a naughty vibe. It's like you have both of those, okay? And then we have the bagged one. Yeah, like to me this is saying that like when I see this, it feels like, what is that saying? You have this in the bag or something. It's like a challenge is what's coming through. So there's something about your personality where it's like others see that you're not easily like won over or taken, right? Like people need to put the effort to get to know you, to understand you. And it's not like you're desperate or like clingy. Like I feel like you're very independent in that way. That's very attractive, okay? And you know, with the earth here and the pools of water, that to me is like being grounded in your emotions. I feel like you have your emotions in the right place, but it's like you don't, like almost like business and pleasure, like you know how to separate those two things, right? It's like you don't get consumed by relationships. And you may think, well, maybe sometimes I do, but I feel like where you're at right now, you've gotten really strong and grounded within yourself. And that's very attractive. It's like you don't come off as clingy. It's like you know what you want, and you are the queen or king of your own life, and that really magnetizes people towards you. So much information's coming out. I didn't realize so much would come out through just those 3 cards, but let's keep going. Let me see what other deck. Okay, so what makes group 1 super scrumptious to others? What makes them delicious? Ooh, okay. Yeah, and I think this one wants to come out. All right, so strategy, attachment, and door to romance. Okay. So with the strategy, which is really funny, it's like you don't let anyone play you, okay? You seem very smart. And with the journal and log, some of you may be writers, or you're very articulate in the way you express yourself with the feather. It's like you know how to talk to people, and it's very attractive. And it's like almost like you don't give out too much information, especially with the bagged one. You know how some people are a completely open book? You're not, you know, and this book is kind of like to her, like she's reading it, she doesn't completely open it up here, and the book is closed here. And that mysterious nature is very alluring to others, okay? And with the attachment here and this person chained up, I feel like in the past there was a relationship where you were really attached to someone, and there was a lot of heaviness with the storm clouds here, and that experience really taught you to have non-attachment, because you're like, I'm not doing that crap again, right? Like that did not feel good, and it allowed you to take off your mask. So you're very true to yourself, okay? And this is very you know, very magnetizing and attractive to a lot of people, because a lot of people wear masks, right? And there's something about you where you learn through the hardships that that's not the way you want to be, okay? But you know how to balance it out. It's like, it's so nice. It's so hard for people to like stay away, like the ones that are attracted to you. It's like, it just makes it very difficult, because it's like, you're almost in their reach, but then like you don't fully open or give too much when you don't think it's worth it. And it just like, it drives people crazy, but in a good way. And yeah, and door to romance. To me, this is saying, again, like you want love, you want romance, and you want to open the door, but you have to make sure it's worthy. And this self-worth, this higher place of valuement that you put on yourself, this is what makes people like want to go down like whatever roads they need to, whatever winding roads they need to get to you, okay? But there's a very specific key that opens your heart. And you also do not waste your time. You know, like you're not all about just dating and waste, you know, like, oh, as long as I have someone, like I feel good. No, you're like, you know, I have my goals, I have my priorities. You know, this is my plan for the future. These are like how I want to be successful, and I want romance, but that right key, that right person has to come along, okay? And of course, when you give off that vibe where you're not like desperate for a relationship or where you're not attached, that really draws other people to you and it makes you super attractive. So happiness. If happiness is what you want, then happy you shall be. Yep, this is you, right? You're this bright sun over here. You're like, to me, like really no nonsense bullshit is what's coming through with your personality. You're like, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. I'm gonna, you know, it reminds me of Voltaire's quote, like happiness is a choice. And this is the decision you've reached in your life. And this is the lifestyle you're living, okay? So this happiness, this sort of like, you know, go lucky, like I'm gonna do what I want to make sure that I am in a state of peace and joy, like having fun, going out, really like independent in terms of also like not caring what other people think. Like you just, your main priority is your happiness and your peace. And it's not like, you know, you conform to others or others' expectations of you. So let's look at some tarot. See, okay, so we're at 10 minutes. Let's see how many more decks we have. Okay. Ooh, 2 of Wands. That to me is saying you have a lot of options, okay? With the choices, a lot of options, and you're not ready to settle. All right, so we have Death, Judgment, and 2 of Wands. Okay, so the Death to me is a big transformation that happened to you in your life. You know, this could be if someone actually in your life departing and that really changed your perspective on how you want to live, on how you want to go forward. But it could also just be an end of a breakup, an end of a soul lesson. Something really, really powerful happened to you that really shifted the way you live life, okay? And because of that, this new version of yourself is one where it's like, you're a person that doesn't like to judge others, okay? Because you've been through some hard stuff, right? And I feel like at some point in your life, you're really concerned how others would perceive you with them being in this like stone here, but you've broken free, okay? You've broken the shackles here. And, you know, and what's also coming through what Spirit wants to say is there is some residual stuff that you also still want to break free, that you're still working through, you yourself know, but for the most part, you've broken free, okay? It's like you've heard the call of this, the higher calling, and you want to live a life where you don't care what other people think, okay? Or their perceptions of you. And you also don't want to judge others. And for that reason, so this might be like pressures you have about like being with someone or dating or married, maybe even single for quite a while, right? Or maybe you're dating someone who maybe your parents or culture wouldn't approve of or something like that. And in the past you would care about it, but now it's like you don't, okay? And for that very reason, that very free nature of yours, that is just like, you know, something very unique and special that really excites others and it really inspires others too. Yeah, to me, this is saying you have options, you have choices. To me, this is also saying that you're very daring, like this is like a door, you know, from one world to the other. And also, like, you know, you don't just let anybody through the door of your heart, right? The door to romance. It's like you stand there and you're like, like, nope, not you. You know, you don't really respect me, or like, I don't think that you have your priorities straight, or like, I don't like the way you think. Like, I feel like you're very honest with yourself about what you like and what you don't like. And, you know, when you say that, like, you would think some people would be like, okay, fine, like, I'm not gonna try. But this actually makes people want to try more. Okay, so let's pull out some more cards. So what makes group 1 mouth-watering and delicious? Okay, so we have God, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others, and using power to control people. And then Midas, miser, light attributes entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And then for the miser, obsessive fear of losing your wealth and hoarding money and emotions. Okay, so to me, this is saying you're really working hard towards your own goals. Okay, so maybe some creative projects, some goals you've set to really become financially independent. Okay, and because you have this very driven personality, it's very attractive. It's like you're not dependent on others. You don't need to be. Okay, and there's this very nurturing and compassionate side of you. It's because of your strong connection to the divine, with the judgment and the God. Like, you've been through some really tough stuff that have really transformed you. And it's like you're not bound to societal rules or expectations or cultural expectations. It's like you have a higher connection to God, prime creator, source energy. And that allows you to be very discerning in the way you go in life, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat others. It's like, you know, you're independent, you're strong, you're beautiful, but it's like you don't crush anybody. It's, if you don't like someone, you're just, you know what you like when you know what you don't like, you know? So that is another thing. So let's go ahead and pull out one more from these, and then we'll pull out some charms. So what makes you scrumptious? So calling the storm. So to me, this is saying, like, you know, while you're the compassionate and your heart is pure, your heart is gold, you're a very honest person who has a very strong integrity, okay? But when someone messes with you, they will regret it, okay? Because you will not back down. You will stand for yourself. You've been through some, you know, crap in life, and you will not let anyone walk over you, okay? Because I did feel like there were some people in your life, despot is I think the way you pronounce it, that were cruel or unkind, that might have been narcissists, where they tried to like take advantage of you, where they tried to you know, like use you for your kindness and compassion. And it was hard when you were stuck in that cycle, but you broke free from that. And you're like, I'm never gonna let anybody do that to me again. And that is part of your energy now. It's like, you're like, okay, I have to honor myself and never let anyone disempower me. So you will stand up for what you believe, and you will not back down, okay? So this is good, okay? As long as we don't slice anyone. but this is very attractive, because people will value you because you value yourself, and they know that they can't walk all over you, okay? They know that you're special and that you're a prize and you're that main course, and you know, the full package, strong and beautiful and very, very tempting for anyone that crosses your path, okay? So let's pull out a couple of charms. What makes group 1 attractive? And as I was pulling that out, eternal force was coming through. So you're definitely a force to reckon with. Very, very powerful person, okay? You have regained all your power. All right. So look, we have a book and we have paper. We have Treasure Island. Again, your focus is on how to really create more abundance in your life. And again, for some of you, writing, reading, very, very talented with that. The turtle, you know, with calling the storm, to me, it feels like there was a long period of your life where you didn't feel as strong as you do now, but you do. And, you know, it shows, like, people can see the beauty in your scars, okay? And it inspires them, it gives them strength, okay? It makes people drawn to you, okay? And so we have the Nine of Swords. Wait, this Nine of Spades, yeah, Nine of Swords. And yeah, so Nine of Swords or Nine of Wands, I forget which one this is right now, but either or, you know, the Nine of Wands is about like defensiveness, walls being built up, wounded warrior. And the Nine of Swords is about anxiety or like things in the past, or, you know, like this like hardened energy of like pain of going through a lot. But it's that has strengthened you, okay? And that strength shows, and that strength is very, very powerful and beautiful, okay? You're extraordinary. Yeah, so from 0 to 6, what's coming through, it's like, I feel like at one point in your life, you really felt like things could not ever get better. Like, you know, it was hard, it was depressing. You just felt like you didn't want to be here maybe, or in your body. And then boom, up to 6, the 6th chakra, the third eye, you were able to see things for what they are. You were able to see the higher perspective. Your guides, your angels, your higher self showed you the importance of those soul lessons, and you're happy with who you've become. You've made happiness a choice now, and this attracts people like this to you. It's like, seriously, I just get magnetic vibe, a very magnetic, powerful force. And so you have a lot of options. And you have a lot of people that are drawn to you, okay? And, you know, it's definitely physical beauty that's coming out with this apple. I feel like really beautiful lips, beautiful features, a nice figure. It's really like the full package. That's what's coming through. But it's that inner strength, that inner power, that inner confidence that really gets people, like, they just can't get enough of you. And it's hard for people to leave your life. Like, so you might have a few stalkers, but it's like, yeah, it's hard for people to walk away from you. Like, you know, so those are your messages, group 1. That's what makes you mouthwatering and delicious. I hope this reading has been interesting or it's resonated, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. So you guys are the Queen of Sides. We are asking Spirit, what makes you scrumptious and mouth-watering to others, okay? So what is it about you that is very special and magnetizing? All right, so we have the Queen of Sides, and with this salad here, I feel like there's something very pure and natural about your beauty and your strength, okay, with the crown there. Yeah, there's this like organic quality of you where people really feel at home with you. They really feel at ease with you. There's this peacefulness about you, okay? And with all of these, like, they look almost like rivers here. There's different colors. To me, they're saying, especially with the colorfulness of the salad here, there's a lot of different angles to you, or maybe a lot of things that are just very beautiful and radiant is what Spirit is trying to say. And there's a lot more to be learned about you, okay, that people may not see at first. Yeah, and then with this bunny here, you know, think about fertility. You know, there's also a very sexual quality about you, okay? So like, you know, with this green, natural, very clean, pure, but there's also this very primal side of you that's very attractive. I feel like, you know, like someone has to know you to uncover that, okay? Like sometimes it's like, boom, it shows. With you, it's different, all right? With the sun and the moon, yeah, it's like you reveal certain things, but you also have half of those things hidden, you know? Yeah, so let's see what comes out more. So for group 2 spirit, what makes them attractive and mouth-watering to the opposite or to others? So the Sea and the Stack. Okay, so let me see. So Stack, to me, it's like I'm feeling like you have very nice curves, okay? And there's also something very sweet about you. Yeah, let me see with this seed here. Okay, so this is like yin and yang and balance again, which is what I was picking up here. There's something in your nature that's very calming to others, okay? I'm also getting a very mysterious element from you. The seed, it's like, you know, you plant seeds of hope, of interest in others. It's like they need to have more than one conversation with you, okay? Like someone will talk to you one time and it's like they need to find out more. They want to see what else, what you're about, okay? There's something very interesting about you. Yeah. All right, so let's pull some more cards. So what does group 2's people find attractive about them? So we have Knight, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor, an allegiance to destructive ruler or principal, romantic delusions. Okay. And then we have the Engineer, ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, and reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Okay. To me, this almost feels like this is someone you had dealt with in life that was not very open emotionally, that was very logic based. And like this type of person, I feel like has had a huge influence on you. You know, like what I'm really picking up here is like left-brained logic, reasoning, you know, that sort of ideology, that sort of approach in life where it's sort of like disconnected at times from emotion or spirituality or intuition. So that's also you. Like you're someone who's very intelligent, someone who like comes up with answers or solutions. I feel like your conversations are very intellectual. They're very grounding, you know, that's the energy I'm picking up. Your energy is very grounding, which is very attractive. You're very smart. And I feel like what I'm picking up is like male or female, you're like smarter than the rest, okay? But at times I do feel like you could be a little bit emotionally detached, but it's something that you're growing into, okay? And so with the Knight here, yeah, this is like, to me, this is saying like I guess some people are really just driven by the romantic ideology of a relationship, you know, and they don't think about the practicality of the relationship or how to ground the relationship. And it's just all like, you know, like fairy tale, like that's the way I want it. And when things don't work out like that, because of course you have two different people who have different conditioning, different programming, different shadows with the love, you know, you have to work through that. I feel like you're the type of person who has a really good balance through that, okay? Where it's like you want the romance and the love, but you're also not delusional, okay? And this is you've learned this, okay? And that's very attractive to others, because I feel like where somebody could get played easily, you cannot get played because you've been through it and you've become very grounded through that experience, okay? With the different colors, I feel like these are different relationships you've had that have really shaped you, okay? And the relationships have been very, like, you know how some people like they date the same type of person over and over again? Like with you, I feel like you've expanded your horizons and you've had like a multitude of different people like friends even, or people you've dated or got to know, even traveled, right? Like where you really understood how people are and how people, their perspectives differ. And it's like, it's really like wisened you up, okay? And that's very attractive to others. It's like they can see that you're very mature, very wise in how to approach love, okay? But you still have that romance. It's like you still have the emotions there. So it's a nice balance between romance, emotions, and this is what I want in terms of my heart. But hey, I'm very practical about the way I want to go for it, okay? And this sort of like very nice mix of the two is very attractive to others, okay? So let's see what else. So what makes group 2 scrumptious? Relaxation. Stop your world from spinning by partaking in well-deserved moments of relaxation. Yeah. Like again, to me, this is saying you're not like this clingy type where you're like, you know, I want this for me. Like this, you have to show me that you love me. It's like, you know what you want in terms of a partner offering you love and romance. And if that's not there, you're not gonna like attach yourself to that. Instead, it's like you're gonna refocus on yourself. You're gonna be like, all right, I gotta calm my energy down. I gotta do things that help relax me and calm me. And if you get it together, that's awesome. We can make it work. But if you don't, all right, goodbye. Like I'm gonna do me, okay? And that's very alluring to others, okay? So with the curly hair, the red hair, of course, you know, this is not going to apply to everyone, but some of you have this like really cool like hair that's very, people are drawn to. Because I feel like I'm also getting like purple, so like you might color unique, different colors. But yeah, let's see what else comes through. Okay. Let's see. So what makes group 2 attractive? And the thinking woman was popping out there as well. Okay. All right, so we have the temple path. This is reminding me of like goddess or god energy, like Olympian, Greek. And also with this like face over here, it's like your features are very unique, you know? They're very beautiful, like classically beautiful features. And yeah, there's something very like non-cookie cutter about you that's really attractive, okay? And this is for some, but like for some you have like really dark curly hair, like the Grecian goddesses like Athena, like that's just for some of you, of course. But yeah, like very attractive. Like for some reason I'm coming like with like Apollo, like the sun god. There's something about your beauty that really is, it radiates through. And it's like, you know how there's some people where like there's so many different people that look like them, they're you know, are there certain features that remind you of others? But with you, it's like you're very, very unique in the way you look, and it's very beautiful, and it's very, like your face will not be forgotten, okay? It just stands out as almost like out of this earth, you know? It's very like, how can I say, like godly. Like God sculptured you in a really beautiful way, okay? That's what's coming through. And then we have Angel of Strength and Door to Value. Yeah, so the door to value is like you don't care about other people's status or like if they try to impress you with something in the material world, or they put on, you know, a certain like mask or appearance just so that they can think, you know, that you'll like them. Like that's not what you're drawn to, and it makes people more like feel drawn to you because it's like, oh, like this person is not attracted to the usual things where others are, right? It's like you don't fall for that. That's not your style, okay? And then with the Angel of Strength, yeah, this to me is saying this is you. Like, you're the lion, you're the powerful, strong being whose roar, you know, can scare whatever enemies or adversaries. And it's like, you don't need somebody in your life to protect you or guide you or stand up for you. It's like, you know your own inner strength. But at the same time, it's like, you do love to have someone in your life who is there, who is protective and loving and strong. But it's not because you're lacking, right? Because you have this balance. You have both the light and the dark. And it's like, you've gone through life experiences, you know, with this stack. Yeah, it's like stacked of experiences in life that have really grown you and strengthened you. And because of this, because of the fact that you don't need it, people are more attracted to you, okay? And yeah, and she, like, very, like, angelic goddess, you know, energy is coming through for you guys. Very, like, people, when they talk to you, it's like they don't want to take their eyes off of you, okay? There's something very different about you. All right, so let's pull out some more cards. Okay, so what makes group 2 mouth-watering and delicious? So we have gilded regrets. Pull one more, and alone in the world. Okay. So, you know, something else. Okay, so I said with hair, and for some of you, you may not have hair at all, you know, for female or male, and that is also still very attractive because you're very confident and you look good, okay? So Spirit also wanted me to say that. But with the gilded regret, it's like, you know, when someone has a little piece of you, when they know you either as an acquaintance, a friend, a family member, or a lover, it's like they know if you get out of their life, they're going to regret it forever, okay? You know, with like the ears here, like pixies, there's just something about you that's so wise and so strong, and so almost like the oracle, like in that way where like people go to you and there's like peace and calmness within them, okay? And they know that they'll regret like everything if they can't be with you. So yeah, like to me, this is saying like this is the fantasies people get. It's like, you know, there's like a lot of layers here with the fabric here. And I feel like sometimes you do have your layers or your guard up, okay? And like that makes people want to peel off. Like the layers are the clothes, and they want to see you bare, vulnerable, naked. It's like you don't just easily like take off your clothes, or like, not judging of course anybody, but like, or you don't really reveal the deepest part of you to just anyone. And that's so attractive to others. And even when you do, it's like you still don't show like all of it, because you're like, wait, like I have to still know if this is like really, really true at the soul, okay? So of course, when you're like that, people see that you respect yourself. You're not just gonna open up to anybody, okay? All right, so let's see if we have any more cards. Oh, let's do the tarot. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. We'll pull out those two. We have 9 of Swords at the bottom deck. So Queen of Wands, look, the curly dark hair, but again, it could be different colors because we have light hair here, and we have like, you know, no hair there. So very, very, very attractive, okay? Very alluring, very sexy. Your eyes really stand out, okay? Very powerful, very determined, as what I also see. Somebody who goes after what they want, very passionate too. But I do feel like the passion does not reveal itself initially with this like bunny here, or this rabbit. Once you're able to peel off those layers, it's like, whoa, like that's where the fire kicks in. And this I feel like you hint at it, and that's why people are like, ooh, like I want to know more. Like they want to dig more and see like this fiery side of you. Yeah, people are very, very attracted to you, magnetized. And with the Six of Cups, to me, this is saying like, you know, this is what you want. True love. This is a soulmate card. You know, like you want someone to adore you, someone to just have that, to be there long term, right? To be there in the heart and the soul. And it's, you don't care for just whatever, right? It has to be very meaningful, and that's what you attract. So like I feel like there is not just one type for you, or like, you know, like there's so many people of different backgrounds, different cultures, different personalities, like that are drawn to you, right? Like a mixed bag. Like it's like you don't attract just like one type of person, okay? A lot of different types of people are drawn to you and they're attracted to you. And for some of them, it could be from past lives as well. I also feel like this is a card from the past. Like when you date someone or meet someone, like you'll hear back from them later because they can't forget about you and they want a second chance or a third chance. And you know, there's just that like scrumptiousness about your like energy and your physique and your beauty that makes it very challenging for others to forget about you, okay? Because they will regret it, so they'll come back. All right, so now let's pull out a few charms to finish off. Okay, so we got 2. Seashell and the Captain's Wheel. So the seashell, again, to me, like you don't open all, you don't reveal all, okay? With your emotions, it's like, while this is found in the ocean, it also to me is like kind of closed off here. It's like, yeah, you don't initially open up completely to others, right? You do, but not your emotions. You're very kind of practical, very rational and like connected in that way with others, and you're, you know, you come across very intelligent, but it's only when someone you feel like is definitely worth it, is definitely somebody who will go the long haul for you, who's honorable, who you can open your heart up. That's when you really open yourself up, okay? And with this captain's ship, you know, to me it's like you have sailed some stormy waters in life, okay? And it's like, it's not superficial for you. Like you don't care if someone is just rich or good looking or has this career status or like whatever. To you it's like, no, like I know my value, and it has to be like a very strong, loving, spiritual, like a connection that really is worth it. And that is when I will open up. And when you're like that, it's like you just have so many people that are just pulled towards you, okay? Because of your vibe, the energy that you're emitting out is not one where like, hey, I need someone, it's more like, all right, like I'm working on me, I love myself, but you know, like I'm not gonna settle. And it's like people are like, oop, they magnetize towards you, okay? So those are your messages, group 2. That's what makes you sizzling and scrumptious to others. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. So you guys chose the Queen of Sweets. And so we're asking Spirit, what makes you scrumptious and delicious to others? So I automatically, so I noticed the candles leading up to the cake. So there's a lot of passion that you have in different areas in your life, okay? And there's also a lot of depth to you. There's you know, obviously this is sweet, so you're very sweet and compassionate. You have a really big heart, and it's like your strength is through your kindness, okay? So let's see what else comes out, because I do feel like there's this really mysterious area about you as well. Because initially, I think when people first talk to you, they see you as this like really kind, amazing person that comes off straight off the bat, but there's other elements to you. There's a lot of depth, there's a lot of experiences that you've had. A lot of you, I feel like, have had many past lives. You're an old soul, you're very, very wise, and that's why your heart is so big. Okay, so let's see what else we have. So what makes a group 3 scrumptious to others? So we have, oh my gosh, the Queen of Sides. So I put the other queens back in the deck to see if they would come out again. So let's just see. And we have the Berg. Okay, so let me see. Okay, yeah. So I automatically think juicy, okay? There's this wholeness about you. And I'm also feeling like your physique, you're very like proportional, almost like what is it called, like I'm getting like pinup look, so of course it can apply to male or female though, but it's almost like a very romanticized ideal physique is what you have, okay? And it's almost like you have a burger, which is like fast food and like all this like really heavy foods, and then you have this natural more organic salad over here. So to me, this is saying kind of like your personality. It's like, you're not stuck in one rigid sort of routine or lifestyle. You sometimes like to try out and experiment like healthy venues. Maybe you try like veganism, vegetarianism, or just like different sort of diets and lifestyles, or yoga, or just like try different things. And then you're also really like, not to say that that's not down to earth, but you're also like really down to earth, really chill. You'll like indulge in things. You'll do spontaneous things. If your friends ask you to like, out of the blue, be like, hey, do you want to go like on a road trip for a few days? And like you'll drop everything and do it, okay? So I get this sort of like really nice mix about you, where people feel like they can be comfortable with you and like they could be open with you, and you're just somebody who goes with the flow with what feels right to them. And that's very attractive to others. It excites them, because it's like you have discipline, but you also allow time for spontaneity, for sure. All right. So yeah, with the mountains, I'm feeling curves, nice curves as well for this group. So let's see what other messages come out. What makes group 3 scrumptious to others? What makes them attractive to others? Okay, so the Empress, the Sun, and the Chariot. Look at that, all major arcana. Sorry, I hope okay, maybe you guys couldn't see the other cards earlier when I put them, but let's put these here. So look, you have 2 queens and you have 3 major arcanas. Okay, so you're definitely a force to reckon with, okay? You're somebody who's very determined. I feel like you like to travel, or you like to be out and about. So you may get bored easily, and this is very attractive because people feel like you enliven something within them, within their spirits, and you have like the darker and the lighter horse. It's like you have the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? So like it's like you have this beautiful, sweet, compassionate exterior, but there's a lot of depth, a lot of passion, a lot of excitement and spontaneity behind that, okay? So the Empress, I mean, this is the beautiful, very attractive person, the gem, the star. This is like, you are the star of the show. And, I feel like with this world, it's like people may have dated and gone out and met so many different people, but like you are very unique in this world and you stand out, and you're somebody who's very remembered by your beauty, by your grace, by your charm is what I'm picking up. With this bird, like has this sort of like red gem in the beak. This is very seductive energy. This is what people want to do like when they're around you. It's like they hold back, okay? But there's something about you that's very tantalizing to others. So I feel like people fantasize a lot about you, but they won't say it in the beginning, okay? Because of they don't want you to be like turned off by that. Yeah, with the Sun, there's this very childlike innocence about you. There's this sort of, you know how children, they see the world through like eyes of magic and wonder, and like everything is a miracle, which it truly is. And you know, that's how you are. And you're like this radiant sun. You remind others of their joy or happiness, of their inner child, or they awaken something, a part of them that has long been dead. And when they see you, it's like you activate that within them. You're the flame, the fire, the sun in their life. So a lot of you could also be Leos, obviously not everyone. But I do feel like your smile is very radiant. You glow. You have this like natural bright aura about you that's very, very attractive, okay? So let's see what else we get. So what is scrumptious about group 3? I also got the message that when people like fantasize about you, they think of putting like frosting or sweets on you. And I know that's very naughty, but that's what came through. So let's see what else we get. Confidence and wish. Okay. So see, the wish, it reminds me of this like earth right here. It's like people, before they meet you, they'll feel like they've searched the world for the one, for that one that's like their fantasy girl or guy. The one that they're like, this is what true love is. This is what I've been seeking. And when they meet you, they're like, oh, this is it. Like they're just fascinated that you exist. And they love this blend. Like you're very spiritual, very organic. You know what's up in terms of taking care of yourself. And you like, I feel like you're very experimental and you try different things, but you're also like still like, hey, like I want to go out for a burger, or like, you know, let's do something chill. Or maybe you'll try out something that other people will think you might not try, because they may think you might like be conservative or not do that, but you would, and they think that's like super cool, you know. Like basically what I'm getting, it's like you're down to earth and cool, while you're like this like extremely like beautiful or handsome person, right? Yeah, confidence. And your confidence is not one of arrogance. It's like your confidence in this like spunky, like really magical, fun sort of way, like a unicorn, you know? You embrace your weirdness, you shine, you know, you definitely shine. And that's just so alluring to others, because it makes them want to do the same, right? And they just like to be around your company. I feel like if you call up somebody and be like, hey, do you want to, you know, go to here like tomorrow? And they're like, yeah, let's go. And they'll just be excited to be next to you, just so they can talk with you and just to be in your space, okay? So let's see, we have more. So with this egg here, Spirit is saying you're also the type of person that people see as marriage material, that they could have children with, that they can have babies with. Yeah, so perchance to dream, you're their dream person, the person that they have fantasized, they do fantasize about you. It's like super attractive. I also feel like you dress really nice. You know how to, like there's this elegance about you, okay? And you're like the fantasy of others. Like they've dreamed of you before, like this is their fantasy. So let's pull out some here. So what makes group 3 scrumptious? Okay. Action, look at that. 2 of the same cards. So you definitely take action, okay? And basically it's like you're a go-getter. Like you go after what you want. You don't wait for others to just make your dreams come true. It's like, okay, you're like, okay, so maybe I want to go for my law degree. So then you'll go and like work at a law office and try it out and see. And if you like it, you'll pursue it. You'll actually go and get your law degree. You're very smart like that. But if you don't, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't like it. So on to the next thing that I like. You know, also, you like things in movement. I feel like you're restless. You get bored easily, and you like to explore. You like to explore people and places. You like to like probe further in people's personalities. Like you don't settle for superficiality, okay? So with the light and the dark, I feel like you do have that little naughty side of yourself too that's not revealing at first. It's in the back, but you hold that back, okay? And you will bring it out when you need to. Okay, but this is so nice. Look at that. It's like you don't stop for anyone. And people want to chase you because of that, because of your vibe that you give off. Okay, so broken heart. So this is interesting. Yeah, so what's coming through is, you had a really bad heartache in your life in the past that caused you a lot of grief, okay? And you thought that your heart was broken and cracked and that you were broken, that you would not basically run the same, right? With the chariot and action. But you learned how to overcome that big time, okay? And you mended your own heart. And now you're like, I am not going to allow anything to stop me. I'm going to go for whatever I want. And I do feel like you're not afraid to open up at all, because you're still pretty open. But for a while, you did close yourself off. But I feel like that's in the past. Like I don't pick up on that energy a lot. I just think Spirit is bringing this up to confirm to you guys where like this heartbreak that was very tough in the past for you, it actually has made you into this beautiful, strong, bright person, and it's given you a lot of experience, okay? Where you trust yourself, where you believe in yourself, and because of that quality, you've attracted and you are attracting far more compatible people who would truly love you for you and your spirit and also your beauty. So maybe in the past, maybe some people were just interested in the exterior, like, or maybe they thought they were like, you were sweet and they could get away with things, but it's different now. It's like this strength, this fire behind the sun, and it's because of this experience here. All right, so let's see what else we have. So we pulled that and that. So we have one more deck to pull from, and then we'll have some charms to finish off. Oh my gosh, so look at this card. Queen. You got 3 queens in the Empress. Oh my goodness. So you are royalty, 100%, okay? You are in charge. You know what you want. You go after it. And this is, like you are the dream person that someone wants to be with. And I promise you, I'm not saying anything extra, okay? Whatever's coming through, I'm saying, and that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah, very fair. Look, compassion, we picked up on that. And legal. So for some of you, like law, legal, being just, like that's extremely important to you. And that makes sense because I do pick up that you've been here many, many lifetimes and you're very old soul, and you like things that are equally balanced. Like you don't put up with things that are not just, that really infuriates you. And people really like that quality about you. It's like you're deep in that way, and your heart is not just like compassionate for just like a few people. It's like global, it's big, it's like for whole humanity, okay? You have a very fair, beautiful energy. Yeah, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Yeah, you have power big time, okay? With the sun and the Empress and the action, you're a leader. Whether you're male or female, your feminine energy is very balanced, very strong. And there's this nobility about you that people look up to you. And I feel like people also get very intimidated by you in relationships, okay? Because they know that you can crush their heart. Maybe that's what this is probably about too. Like, I feel like, okay, so this is another thing that's coming through. There have been a lot of people whose hearts have been broken by you, but like, I don't feel like that's intentional at all. That's not the energy I'm picking up because of your sweet energy. It's like, you don't even know how many people have fallen in love with you and who've really liked you deeply. And like, I feel like you've kind of just like gone from one place to the next in terms of your own life, in terms of your careers, your goals, and other people have sort of been left in the dust. And I don't even think you know a lot of these people that loved you, but like their hearts were broken when you left. So you're a heartbreaker, but not an intentional one. Like really, it's just that, you're in your own power, right? And so we have the Fool in reverse. To me, this is saying like people need to think twice when they're around you, because like you don't easily get fooled. Like you can see when people wear a mask, when they're pretending, when they're fake crying. It's like you have this intuitive ability where you can pick up on that and you don't mess with that. Like you don't put up with that at all. And again, this is a strength. This is something that's very admirable, and it's just very addictive for people to be around you, because it's almost, it's like a God, let me see what word best comes to mind. Just like a fantasy girl or a fantasy guy. I'm thinking of that song Fantasy Girl. I forgot who sang it. I know that's not helpful. I don't even know if that's the actual song title, but yeah, but it's like you're also very hard to like lock down and keep down, because you're always like, you have all of these desires and these goals and these passions, and you just go for it, right? Okay, so let's see what else. Oh, well, I wasn't planning on doing the letters, but my hands went there, so let's see what happens. Okay, so marriage, MR is coming out, marriage material. That's definitely like your wifey, hubby. When people meet you right off the bat, they're like, oh wow, like this is the one. C for compassionate, caring. Yeah. And Mr., it's like, Mr., like, don't fool me, or like, you don't easily get fooled, right? It's just like, this is also saying like your masculine energies are also very balanced alongside your feminine energies, okay? And RM, remembering compassion, because you've had so many different experiences in this lifetime and also in past lifetimes where your soul is more developed than others. You're remembering the way to be is compassionate and just and open-hearted, okay? And your vibration is extremely high. And that's why it just naturally, people gravitate towards you, like the moth going to the light in the dark. You are the light, okay? And so sometimes you'll of course attract some darker energies, but you attract all types of energies. All people, like, they're drawn to your radiance, okay? So let's see, get some charms. Yeah, so we have the 7th chakra, and we have the star in reverse. So to me, this is saying there was something that happened where you were hurt with the tears here, and where you felt like you were played, and where you thought something was real and substantial and true, and it turned out not to be, and it did really upset you for a while. But I feel like what happened was, at that stage in your life, you weren't as open to spiritual connection, to the divine, to your angels, to your guides, to your higher self, to this higher perspective, but that healed, okay? So where you thought that, dreams and wishes were not gonna happen for you, it's like a complete 180. It's like maybe for a while, like, okay, so what's coming through is like there was a period of really heaviness and darkness in your life, and the lights were off, and then you even dimmed your own light, because you thought that you had to with the star in reverse. But you are a star, okay? A lot of you may even be star seeds, with like this twinkling star and the sun here, and you've learned to turn on the light again, right? And when you've done that, it's like boom, it's like really powerful, and you're seeing your own beauty, and it's like truly like All the cards were really nice, the energies. This one is just this like very high vibrational, extremely radiant beauty that is just honestly, it's like the light in the moth is what I'm seeing. Like everything, like it gets drawn to you, okay? So those are your readings, group 3, okay? So that's, oh my God, look, you know what I just figured out? Scrumptious. You are the true definition of scrumptious. You are the thing that is very mouth-watering to others just because, and look, mouth-watering. Yeah, so I feel like this is just also confirmation for you. I feel like, I mean, you definitely have to know this about yourself. Like sometimes you may doubt yourself a little bit, but your radiance, your power, you have heard it, you know it, okay? But that's so interesting, like that confirmation came out. Scrumptious. Okay, so that is your reading, group 3. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. Bye. Hi, group 4. So you guys chose the Queen of Drinks. And the question we're asking Spirit is, what makes you attractive, sizzling, scrumptious to others? So I definitely feel like you are a good time. You are somebody who's very fun, very chill, very daring as well, okay? And I do feel like you are the queen of your tribe, and there's a lot of others who try to imitate you, but like you have the red fire, okay? And you stand out above the rest. I feel like you also have a very seductive energy, very intoxicating when others are around you. Sometimes you crush some hearts. I feel like with this grapes here and then the actual wine. Yeah, so you're on fire, okay? That's the energy I'm picking up automatically for you guys. So let's pull out some more cards and see what makes group 4 attractive. So we have the Chinese and the scoop. Okay, so this is just reminding me of like a hot day when you're holding an ice cream in your hand, and it just like melts like everywhere. And look, like this pouring of this sweetness. I feel like people lose their cool around you. It's like you intimidate people very easily by your charm and your seductive qualities, okay? Yeah, the Chinese to me is saying there's this charm about you where like while people get it like, so very attractive with the red, very fiery. I do feel like you're a very passionate person. You also dress nice, and you know, I feel like you like to go to the gym and like, you know, you look after the way you look physically. A lot, like you maintain yourself really well, right? And so that like first impression, people are automatically like, ooh, like, you know, like maybe this person's out of my league, right? But then there's this other side of you where you're pretty chill. Like you're like, hey, like let's just go home and watch a movie, and like order Chinese or something, right? And then like when people, like when I feel like you're like the popular one, you know what I mean? And when people have the chance to be with you, they feel like they're lucky. Like they're lucky that they get to hang out with you, okay? Yeah, like so this, it reminds me of like Mean Girls, you know, with like Regina as the head or the queen bee. Like you're the queen bee, but you know, it's different. You're not like Regina. Like you know your power and your pizzazz, and it's attractive, but you're also really like, you have that cool laid back side too. So let's see what else we get. I guess we'll pull some tarot. So what makes group 4 scrumptious? Queen of Swords. Yep, I definitely picked that up. Look at the lovers here at the bottom. All right. So 10 of Pentacles and Prince of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is your energy, and this is like the people that are like drawn to you, you know, how you make others feel. Like you're this queen, you're mature, you're smart, you don't bullshit, you cut straight to the point. You know what you want, you go after it. You know, like this is what you want, and like that was at the bottom, right? It's the same image over here. And you don't settle for less. Let me see if you can see that. Can you see that in the background? And then look, it's right over here. So you don't waste your time, okay? And that's very attractive because I feel like, you know how like some people, like once the chase is there, they'll like it, but if it's no longer there, they'll get bored, right? And with you, it's like the chase never ends because you're smarter, and you're very confident of your own beauty, of your own intelligence. You're very confident of your own position, that the chase is never over, okay? And that's, I feel like whatever somebody else does, whatever like game they think they have, it's like you top that off, okay? So it makes them really fantasize about you. Like you are the chase, the hunt, and it's a very attractive quality to others. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. I feel like you're really hard to ground. You know, you're somebody who is very articulate. You're very smart, I feel. And also, like, I get the sense, like, people get really intimidated by you. With the 10 of Pentacles, I also feel like you're very financially dependent. You have a good position, career, or you have these ambitions to further yourself and make a really strong position. You may also come from a wealthy family or have some sort of inheritance, or maybe like your connections, your family name, your status, something like that, is very like high, like in someone's eyes or in other people's eyes, okay? Something about your status is very interesting and alluring, but also intimidating to others, okay? So let's see. But that intimidation is what excites them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, ooh, like let me try. Like, I want to be with this person because like they're up here, but then they're also a little intimidated, but they still keep on wanting to try. So dreams. And we have somebody, yeah. So, I don't know why, for some reason, I'm getting like the stalker impression. Like and that makes sense with the Prince of Swords. I feel like on maybe like social media, Facebook, Instagram, like, you know, any of those channels, a lot of people watch your channel or your, you know, your site, and they like fantasize about you and they dream about you. So this is like a kind of like a stalker, like they'll like watch your stuff before they go to bed. They find you very beautiful, very attractive. Like the energy you give off is just like, you know, like, wow. So some people, like, I feel like there are those who approach you, who gain the confidence to do so. And then there are those who really desire you in the background because they're scared. They might hint at it and you probably know because you're really wise, but they get a little scared. So this one flew out and we have downcast pride. Okay, so yeah. So, you know, I definitely feel very confident, very strong, okay? Also, whether you're feminine or masculine, a very strong, even like masculine energy, even obviously you're the queen, right? By that I mean it's like dominant. You're very dominant, okay? In terms of like you assert yourself 100% in your life, okay? You don't need anybody else to guide you, and it's like, you know what you want. Like that doesn't mean you'll like not listen to advice. You have friends, you listen to them, but it's, again, you are the queen bee. And so at times you could be a little arrogant. Sorry, but like that's the energy that's coming through. Maybe not intentionally, okay? Because I do feel like it's because you think so highly of yourself, of the things you want. you know, like you have these very high goals, high ambitions, and you are a person who is honest and full of integrity. But when other people don't have those same qualities, you kind of like, you get turned off really quickly. And it's like, you don't even give them a second, like, look, you know, which is good. Like sometimes you need to cut off people, but like, I think it's like very cutting to some people. But again, it's the chase and it's what attracts people to you, okay? Because you know, when sometimes when someone is just like easily like does whatever someone else asks them, then they'll be like, oh well, you know, I have them, they take them for granted. With you, nobody can take you for granted because you just won't put up with that. And so, you know, like that makes others just continuously wanting to like try to like ground you. So let's see what else comes up. What makes you guys scrumptious and hot? So we have Healer of the Ages and Victory. Yeah, there's something very wise about your soul. And this is yellow, and it's solar plexus chakras coming mind. Like this is a lot of yellow. And you see like the stuff on her head here, and then like it's like the same kind of stuff here. These are two different decks. I feel like there was a time where your solar plexus energy was imbalanced. It was not activated. So maybe it was maybe like too dominating, too controlling, but you've learned to balance that out, okay? Which is very beautiful because you've healed something. So something might have happened in the past where you felt hurt or disempowered. So you're like, I'm not allowing that to ever happen again. And and then it became like kind of like very harsh, but like you're learning to balance that, and that softening up is very, very beautiful. And this actually reminds me of Victoria's Secret model Alessandra Ambrosio. But like her energy is very like free spirited, always at the beach and everything. And I feel like while there is sometimes that while you sometimes have that really like strong, tough exterior that's nice, but there's also like this softening that's happening, and it's because you're going within that you're finding this that is very, very I guess it gives people hope that they have a chance with you is what I'm saying, okay? So like you're balancing that out, and it's very hopeful for others, okay? Healer of the Ages, yeah, fire. You're very fiery, you know. So sometimes you may get a little hot-headed as well. And I know this is like what makes you scrumptious, but some people, they desire, like they like that, they're turned on by that. And I feel like that's what makes people turned on to you. And this is a very different energy than group 1, 2, and 3, you know, but it's your power, it's your fire. Sometimes it's your like straight to the point harshness that actually really drives people crazy in a good way, right? So let's see what else I didn't pull any from here. So we have one more deck to pull from, and then we'll pull out some charms. So what makes group... Whoa, did you see that Queen of Swords spin? That was cool. I think it was all the way at the end. So I feel like that's gonna... Okay, so slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And it says giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. And then we have the martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And then addiction to self-pity. All right, so this is so funny what I'm just picking up on. Okay, so what came through with the slave is like those that are like physically, right, really strongly attracted to you. It's like they don't mind if they become your slave. If they become your submissive, if they basically they will do anything and everything if they have the opportunity to be in your presence or to be with you in a relationship. Okay. Yeah, it's like they trust you. They trust your decision-making capabilities. They trust your intelligence. They trust your vision. All of that, you're very, very strong with that. And this is not to say that there'll be balance in the relationship, but maybe for some other dominant energies, they'll have to break a little because they just can't get enough of you, okay? And then for martyr here, I feel like this is your energy too. Like, people, they learn that you're so giving to others as well. Of service to oneself or a cause. It's like when you're really passionate about something, maybe it's like a natural disaster that happened or something about the environment or just some injustice. It's like you will do whatever to help that situation or that cause. And it's like you put 1,000% into it, right? And that's very attractive because people follow in your steps and they see how passionate and driven you are and how selfless you can be, right? And it's just a quality that not everybody has. So now let's go ahead and finish with our charms. My matchbox just fell, and on it there's the word diamond. And Spirit wanted me to tell you, like, you are, I think they saw like the diamond in the rough. Like, there's something about you that shines amongst all others that is very, so what's coming through is like the diamond is created by having a lot of pressure on it, right? And then it becomes this beautiful, highly prized gem. And that's what you are, like, through the pressures of your own life, where I feel like maybe somebody hurt you, in the past, where there was some situation that happened that you had to heal from, that caused, like, that pressure caused you to be the strong, powerful, beautiful person who knows what they want and who won't settle for less, okay? And that comes through to others. So we have this blank paper and we have a caterpillar. That's interesting. So with this blank paper, to me that's saying when people meet you, they don't initially know much about you. It's like a blank slate, and you don't really reveal everything at once. Some people are more of an open book, and it just takes time. And with the caterpillar here, I feel like there's a period or a stage of the caterpillar stage, where, like, what's coming to mind is the chrysalis, where like the caterpillar is in the cocoon for a long time, and like then it rips open, and the image I'm getting is like the sword, like the sword ripping open the chrysalis. And to me that means basically that you don't just reveal everything to everyone. There's a period of cocooning with people that you let in your life, and that makes them want more. That makes them want to dive deeper into your personality, into your heart, into your soul. And they want to know, like, what's written in your story. They want to know your backstory. But you don't say that initially, okay? Because there is a lot of depth. There is a lot that you've healed from, and that you've overcome too, okay? That you've become really, really strong in. And that's what makes people, like, stick around. Like, they just want to know more and more and more about you. They feel like they don't have enough information about you, and they're just drawn to just figure out, like, the real you, okay? And you know what? I'm going to finish with some letters because I pulled out for the last group, and I'll just do it for you guys too. Okay. So we have... Okay, so the first thing that came to mind was, like, not really. And what basically, like, the scenario or the conversation that would apply to is, like, if someone is like, hey, I really liked you, you know, you want to go out for a movie, let me take you, like someone kind of coming on to you in like sort of like a cocky way, girl or guy, and they think like they're everything in their own eyes. And your response is like, in a really bored way, not really. So to me, that's like, maybe that fits with this. Like some people who are full of themselves, or they think they're like God's gift to women or men, when they approach you, their ego takes a blow because you're not interested in like that sort of facade or that exterior. You're like, this is what I want. This is the love, you know, or the relationship or the companionship that I want. And, you know, I don't care for anything less than that. All right. So those were your messages, guys. I thought that was awesome the way it finished. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.